Alright, I'll show you everybody what we got here. This, flip it over where you can read it, is your Chinese fuel pump out of ZL1. Chinese fuel pump out of a Super Sport. Set them up here and you can see the difference. Because I didn't think there was any, because neither one of them will run my naturally aspirated LS3. But as you can tell, it's a lot larger. And here's what I ran into. This is a 325 stealth pump, which I was going to stick in the stock housing. I'd tried the ZL1 pump first, to no avail. There's your stock housing and basket. There's your ZL1 basket. And your 325 versus stock Super Sport pump. Now you could make this work. What you would have to do is cut this little valve out right here. That allows it not to siphon back into the tank and run back through. So you're essentially, every time you shut the car off, the pump would be dry and the lines would be dry. If you cut that off and made that shorter or modified it a little bit. The reason I didn't do that is the Super Sport pump is made a little different. This little plastic cap here, I don't know if it does or doesn't have a check valve in it. However, the ZL1 does have a check valve in the top of this, so I was able to modify that Stealth 340 pump in there and cut the nipple off it, and it was the correct length once you do that. Just take the gasket that come on this. Here's a couple. That's what come off the stock one. Anyway, these little rings just slide down over top of your nipplet there. I was able to trim that off because it's a redundancy. You don't really need the one inside the fuel pump if you got the one inside of here to where the fuel can't feed back in the top of your tank here. Alright, other than that, what I've had to modify is the siphon pump. It feeds from here, and the basket's a little different on a ZL1 versus a Super Sport. That's actually functional on this one. The Super Sport, it don't do anything. The line's just nothing. It's still all there, but it don't go anywhere. It's dead. So anyway, I just poked it back into the top of the pump. I clipped it off because on the factory pumps, you got this, and where I cut the hose off on this. It's supposed to help siphon from one side to the other side of the fuel tank. Alright, well, I gotta solder some wires, put a little heat shrink on here for my connections, and we'll see if this is gonna work. But you know how they recommend 10 gauge wire? This is factory wire for both a Super Sport and a ZL1 pump, and it is 10 gauge, so you don't have to modify anything. That part's fine. Alright, we'll see how we get along, see if it works.